In this video, I want to speak about AUD and NZD because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market. And by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we have a market which is testing a very strong level of previous monthly support and demand, which is currently still acting as support and demand. From here, there's a good probability to see a potential rejection to the upside away from this zone. Going down on the weekly, what do we see? Now here on the weekly, we can notice how this market has just created an M pattern, and in general, after the creation of an M pattern, what you would expect is a potential rejection to the upside for the completion of the M pattern at the neckline, which is previous support turned resistance here on the weekly time frame. Especially, we would like to see at least a correction to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on this impulse leg, which in this case would be exactly at this zone. So a bit more bullish price action could be expected for the market to reach at least this first upside potential target. Going down on the daily, what do we see? Now here on the daily, things are definitely quite interesting because even though monthly and weekly seem bullish, from a daily perspective, everything is still bearish with the market below this previous daily support, which is now turned resistance. Now, until the market will remain below this resistance, it can easily continue lower. So only if we actually get a successful break above this resistance, only after the break on the retest of the previous resistance turned support, only at that point we could expect more bullish continuation to be created. So the NZD is getting weaker and the AUD is getting stronger, which is exactly what we need for a potential move to the upside. So we don't know if we will get the break, but if we do get the break on the retest of this previous resistance turn support, there is definitely at least the possibility of seeing a potential rejection to the upside. So if we do get the break on the retest, how we could be approaching this potential rejection to the upside. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4-hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis education and update, make sure that you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.